Hello and welcome to this review of what is undoubtedly my favourite MBT in the game and perhaps my favourite vehicle in all of Armoured Warfare since the inception of Tier 10. Of course we are talking about the American Tier 10 main battle tank, the XM1A3. This vehicle has the highest DPM and possibly, shot for shot, the best gun in Tier 10. As well as being the highest damage in 120mm in the entire game. It comes with explosive reactive armor, relatively decent hull armor against tier 9s and 8s, and of course its best feature, which is its amazing 120mm fast draw system. For a start, let's have a look at the modules at the tank and what I would recommend. At the start, you come with a 140mm gun. Now, we'll get onto the 140mm later, so the first thing you should do is go straight for the 120mm and then the 120mm M8294 AP shells, as these will bump you from roughly 725mm to 800. Now 800 is the standard penetration of MBTs, and it means that you'll be penetrated another XM1A3 in hull armor around 50% of the time, as opposed to either nil or around 30 to 20% with the basic cannon. After that, the active protection system, which gives you the ability to basically bounce a lot of missiles. Well, while these missiles won't be shot down by you, it's a soft kill system, which means the missile's guidance will be disrupted. This has happened to a lot of people in crabs and stuff, where they've fired at an XM1A3 from pretty close range and all of the missiles have gone away. So this is the best way to protect yourself from missiles. Otherwise, the engine itself is pretty decent. However, the XM1A3 is a fast tank with this engine. With this, not really. Somebody just talked to me, no thanks. And then of course the improved suspension is also a good idea as well, as it gives you a movement speed off-road is increased by 20%. This, combined with the driver, who will give you acceleration off-road increase by 20%, means that in total you get roughly a 40% increase. Now the second perk for your driver is a mix either between smooth ride and field repair. In my honest opinion, field repair is probably the better option, as it gives you an extra repair kit. So combined with everything, this means with this you will have a 55% improved repair speed for your tracks. And your gunner is kind of up to you, really. I would go for these two. You may want to go for sharpshooter and preventative maintenance, but to be honest, given the size of the gun compared to the rest of the MBTs in its class, hitting the gun can be a little bit weird. So, on to other things. The 120mm shells. 700 heat pen for these. Don't use them on MBTs at all. Most of the time they'll be used on things such as Sphinxes, Wilks, T15s, Cornets, K21s, and maybe Altays. The basic 120mm shells are kind of crap, but when you get them upgraded, they are verbatim possibly the best 120mm shells in the game. Now I will compare that with other vehicles using 120s in Armoured Warfare, and you will see what I mean. Where's my pollen ball? Ah, there it is. As you can see here, the XM1A3 has the highest damage out of all of them. The Altair only having slightly better penetration, but the XM1A3 having a faster, better reload time than that. So pretty much there. So let's compare the AMX1A3's basic stats versus other tier 10 MBTs. Now I will compare this to all of them, and I will show you what I mean. Merkava. I won't really bother doing the T14-152, considering it's basically a meme tank. As you can see, the XM1A3 has pretty low damage at in fact, we should probably delete the Challenger 2 as well. As you can see, the XM1A3 has pretty middling damage compared to the 125s and stuff, as well as the penetration, which is the standard with the Type 1992, the Merkava 4, and a little bit better than the Black Eagle. But what the XM1A3 stands out is its amazing reload time and its DPM. And remember, this reload time, this is a fast draw system, which means it's basically like the AMX-10 RCR. Once you fire 120mm shell, the next comes out. So while these guys are going to hit you for 700 once, you're going to hit them for 1200 back. Combined with the fact that you have an incredible amount of base hit points with only the Merkava 4M and the Challenger 2 having more of you, means that you are able to basically weather the storm, and this is quite good because your armor isn't that great. Now, while it says it has the highest here, it isn't, and while the side armor may be a little bit troll, the hull is actually quite butter. Apart from that, you also have a pretty decent top speed. 70 kilometers an hour is okay, and you're a little bit faster than the Merc, but losing out to just about everything else, as you are a very, very heavy tank. At 66 tons, which is only slightly less, well, it's the heaviest tank here, with the Challenger 80GU, I believe, being the heaviest. And view range is roughly the same compared to all the others as well. You have pretty good gun depression, and the accuracy and aim time is pretty good as well. This has very good gun handling, I would say, at 0.90 compared to all the rest. So, armor protection system can be a little bit weird. So as you can see here, using the base 140mm rounds, you can't pen it at all. The 120mm rounds are the same as well. This is why you need to get those top 120mm shells in PvP and Glops, as you go from being basically unable to pen an XM1A3 at all to having roughly a 70% chance. However, this is where the flawed system of the Abrams series comes into play, as the XM1A3, like all the other Abrams series in the game, has 3 major weak spots compared to their tiers. You of course have the lower plate, such as this, which with 800 pen, standard penetration, all tier 10s are going to go through you. You have this turret ring spot here, all tier 10s going to go through you as well, and then of course you have this gun mantle, which you can kind of obstruct by pointing your gun down, but apart from this, you are hull armor wise the second weakest tier 10 MBT. The weakest of course being the Alte. So you've got to bet on your hit points rather than anything else really, and people occasionally screwing up their shots. If we are to compare this to say a Leopard 2AX, which has the highest penetration in game, it is quite literally no contest, as the 2AX can go through your turret. Of course, the best way to deal with an XM1A3 is always to aim for that socket there. I'm going to quickly compare it to the lowest penetration gun in tier 10, sorry. If you're going to fight against this thing with a tier 8, let's pick the Abrams. So fighting against this thing with an Abrams, you can still pen it right there, which means it is actually, generally speaking, it's an easy tank to pen, but it is a monster against lower tiers, as the fast draw system basically murders them, but you do kind of have to rely on that gun way more than often, really. 464 right there, and of course there is that weak spot there, which the ERA does not cover, and that will lead to you basically getting permatracked. And of course, the fact that it's also the Abrams series means that this raised engine deck is also very weak to autocannon shells, and you can also penetrate that at long distances. So side on, there, or there, and then start going for the ammo rack. While it won't blow up from an ammo rack, it will do the 100 or so point damage every couple of seconds. So that's a good way to deal with it. Crew-wise, I've gone with Victor, but generally speaking, my picks for the commander on the XM1A3, give me a sec, I fucked that up there. My picks would either be Victor, Freya, if you want to go with being more reactive to the game, and perhaps Rachel, who gives you a reload speed increase per enemy within 50 meters. Maybe Cortez if you want to do max damage, but for the most part Victor does give you the ability to track people, and this vehicle with the fast draw system is excellent at perma-tracking people. So for now, let's have a look at a couple of games, and we'll see how this thing does on the battlefield. Okay, so this was a game in the XM1A3 with a 140mm gun. It has about 720 penetration, so it will fall up short against tier 10s such as the basic XM1A3 and the Type 99A2, as well as the Challenger 2 ATTU. The 140 has roughly about 8.5 second reload, and it comes with 900 damage, so it does around roughly 50% more damage than the 120mm gun, and generally speaking I would regard it as being better for PvE, as PvE you will get more side shots on. The 140 in PvP and Glops for tier 10 is, I would not recommend using it, and in fact I would probably call you moronic if you did use it, as the penetration loss is not worth it, as you're going from being able to trade with people 1200 damage for 700 at most, to having a longer reload than they do, and the fact that you can't perma-trap people anymore. So while you gain a bigger damage with 140, you lose all of the flexibility the fast draw system gives you. So I'm going to head into the city on this map. I kind of wanted to head down here. I've actually kind of gained a penchant for spotting now, given my moronic ass, simply because most people usually don't spot on this map. But of course I've got to go to the hill, well, the city part on this game, and if there was, I remember out of all of the shots I take in this, pretty much all of them could have been penned with the 120mm gun. I want you to bear that into mind. So for now we're going to advance. There's nobody here. The rest of we've got two lemming rushes here. One side of the team is going to go one way, their other team is going to go the other way, and my dog is assaulting my cat. That's great, thank you, cat. So for now, you see how I'm aiming on that XM1A3? Bounce. Again. Just so many bounces. I can't actually pen that guy's lower hull. Well, it's like a 20% chance or so, but for the most part it's basically red. I was originally just going to go straight along the bridge, but now there's a Leopard 2AX over there, and going along the bridge I was very concerned that that Leopard 2AX would go over there and I would not be able, and I would be sniped by him. In this kind of scenario, the XM1A3 can pretty much beat down a Leopard 2AX even with the 140, simply because of the vastly bigger alpha damage and the fact they have similar reload times. But on a long range engagement such as this, the XM1A3 can really beat something like that down in a knife fight. But in a relatively long engagement like this, the Leopard will win. So now I'm getting shot at by people, and now you're going to see that giant gun go. 990 damage. And of course in PvE, if you want to do PvE in this thing, I would recommend using Cortez to do max damage every time, or maybe do Rachel to get that reload time down. Those are the only two commanders I would take. For now I'm going to go hold down here, that Leopard over there. You can see what was basically a green shot is being turned into bounces. The penetration just really isn't enough, to be honest. And we bounced a hell of a lot of shots on this guy. If these were 120s, these were pen, I would have done about 1000 damage to this guy at this point, maybe more. There we go, finally, 818. That'll work. So just move up again. And I realise at this point that these two guys are hold down against me. And of course the 140 also has a massive accuracy loss as well. So that means that I can't snipe that XM1's turret mantle. The ERA can also save the tank a lot as well, however it basically just ripped all of the ERA off my tank. 907 damage to that T90 MS over there is always a good hit, and now I'm getting shot at by the guys on their team. Unfortunately, having already used my repair kit, I'm kind of a little bit screwed, but the rebuild time was fast enough that they weren't able to perma-track me, or if they did, they kind of screwed up. However, the penetration showing itself once again, can't go for the 90 MS. This will happen a lot if you're using the 140, and is a genuine problem. And my dog and cat are still killing each other. Oh, the joys of having pets, isn't it? So anyway, the Leopard 2AX is going to do something pretty retarded, I would bet at this point. He's coming down here. So I'm getting penned by people over there. I don't care. And even in this scenario, I can beat on this 2AX pretty hard. Look at that, 891 damage, he bounced. And now, and also the fact that 140 also has bigger module damage means that you can ammo rack people a lot of the time. So for now, not really much goes on here. I lost a lot of hit points. I can't really compete in long range engagements versus any other tier 10 MBTs. And I'm simply going to skip ahead a minute here. As I was basically trying to push these hulks out of the way, maybe give myself some cover. Gonna move up again. Let's just keep going by a bit. And in this game, I didn't really do much. Potential damage done. We'll have a look at the stats after that, just to show you what the 120 would have accomplished. Let's move forward by another little bit here. There we go, so we've done 4,535 damage. Not bad. We've done a slightly more than my hit points. Doing more than your hit points is always good. Good kill on the scent now. We've done 5,000 now, and I will take that and leave it. The ultimate part of walking away from this is just, generally speaking, should have used the 120. Oh, my pets have stopped hitting each other, that's great. Thank you, pets. Anyway, let's have a look at the post-game stats to see what happened. So, in conclusion of that game, give it some time to load. Armored Warfare seems to be slow today. 5,069 damage, one enemy destroyed. Not a bad haul if I may say so, but ultimately speaking I didn't get to do much. My contribution in the game was roughly even with some other people. But what I want to draw to your attention here is potential damage. 11,000. That could have been an 11,000 damage game if I was using the 120. And I blocked a nice bit of hits as well. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. And for now, let's compare that with a 120mm game with the fast draw system. Okay, so here we are on Narrows encounter in the XM1A3 with a 120mm gun. You can usually tell this because an XM1A3 will fire 2 shots very quickly. You get hit for more than 900 damage, or the fact that the gun is a lot smaller. So I'm going to go with the usual strategy on this map when I use my MBTs, is that I'm going to hold the corner here. Going on a defensive position on this side, to be honest, in my opinion, is a mistake, as it simply gives the enemy the ability to go into your face. And unless it's going to be a protracted squat fight, I wouldn't really bother. So, we're just going to head straight down into the middle. We're going to do a Solomon, and we are going to go well. Let's have a cup of tea with me. So, the enemy Alte is going to do something pretty stupid. I don't think he realizes how crap his tank's armor is, but oh well, whatever. So, we made it, and now we are going to start punishing our enemies very, very quickly. Okay, I would like you to watch this. Okay, 1, 2, down, 900 damage. Kill secured. 1, 585 right there, 6-second reload. The ability to completely punish your enemies like this is incredible at this point. Unfortunately, I did kind of screw up on aiming for that R-plot over there. No. Okay, that doesn't matter. You can the gun is forgiving enough. In that, to be honest, it's basically better than an autoloader. In fact, I believe it's probably the second fastest firing gun in the game after the MX-10RCR. And of course, the fact that we can just go straight for the Alte. The precision, aiming time and gun handling of the 120mm fast draw on the XM1A3 is amazing. and it's something I greatly enjoy using. So the op plot's down there. To be honest, for a while I kind of just wanted to go in there and go after him. Then I realized, hang on, where's that crab? Why is he down there? You see, he's just doing spotting damage on us all right now. So that Type 99A over there didn't really figure out what to do, and he's going to get plastered. I tried to go up to spot people, but unfortunately I can't. And I think this op plot here, he had an originally good idea, but just saying. If I was him, I wouldn't even poke out. Like just stay in there and do, you know, proximity spotting, because now they can't see us. So for now, I'm just gonna move up. I'm gonna take a wide bit over here, enemy crab over there, and I'd like you to see this, okay? 1. Aim again. And if I was using a 140 in this case, I wouldn't have reloaded this fast. In fact, there'd still be a couple of seconds to go. But fuck it, he's down. Another 6 seconds. Aim straight for the Centauro. We hit him. Almost reloaded again. This is amazing, by the way. I've gotten 4 kills at this point, simply because my XM1A3 is able to pump shots into its enemies at an amazing rate. Okay, there we go. XM1A3 down. Put a hit into the corner. Bam. 4,000 damage, 5 kills. This is a good game. I'll take it. And now, because we have so many hit points, I can basically just move into these guys as much as I can. So I don't mind taking a couple of hits here. I can take 5 or so hits from that K21 and still have enough, and still have 800 hit points to go. And of course now we're moving up with spotting that guy. I don't think the XM1A3 should be used as a sniper. Instead, it's a very good 1v1 tank, it's a very good support tank, and it's excellent for beating down lower tiers, as they simply can't compete with it. Even auto-loaders can't do shit against it. You see, another tank down. It's amazing, isn't it? And of course we're going to go for this Anders over here. Hi Anders, I hope you didn't expect me to reload so fast. And one thing you should do with the 120 is that if your next shell is less than 3 seconds to go, save that shot and allow you to double tap it, basically. Did you know the XM1A3's 140 used to be the fast draw system? People used to be able to hit each other for 2,000 damage. It was pretty weird. So anyway, that is this game over. We've done 7 kills and 6,144 damage. And I bet you the total damage I could have done wouldn't have been higher. Well, much higher. So let's have a look at that game quickly. So, in total, we did 6,783 damage. I got a steel sword, 7 to 9 enemy vehicles destroyed. Pretty damn decent. And in total potential damage, 8,000. 6,372 damage blocked. Some blocked by ERA, and a couple from ricochets and non-penetrating hits. This thing is murder to low tiers, and generally speaking, if you know what you're doing, you can beat up tanks of the same tier as well. Overall, I would give the XM1A3 1 cheeseburger out of 6, and I would highly recommend playing it. If you want to use this thing in Glops and PvP, the 120mm is to go. If you want to use this thing in PvE or Spec Ops, the 140 with Cortez and possibly Rachel is your go-to tank. For now, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry the fact there is no voice actor to do this, as this was basically a heavily made up, well, rushed review. Kind of, it's going to be like almost half an hour long, but anyway, if you'd like to help out with the stream and everything, please like and subscribe. My channel is always looking for new people, always new people to hang around with. I do Armored Warfare hangouts on Wednesdays, other games on Thursdays, and PvP on Fridays. like, subscribe, and if you'd like to help me out personally, I'm currently struggling to do my rent, so a partial bit of rent will be displayed in the Streamlabs description below, which you can help out for, and of course paying voice actors to help with reviews. The next vehicle up to do will be the Type 90, followed by the Merca for free Baz, then the K1A1, and then finally the BMP3. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!